Hey, it's John, Small Town, Small Time Reseller. I'm here once again because I sold some books. So when I do that, I come on here and I tell you exactly what's on this sheet of paper. Aren't you just on the edge of your seats? So that's what I do. I don't do any videos at the garage sales. I don't do any GoPros at the Goodwill bins, looking at my hands with a fearless, unblinking stare of a lonely child who had begun to think early in life. No, just me telling you again what's on this sheet of paper, what I sold this week. It's been about 8 or 10 days. I was kind of waiting for some bigger sales to happen, some more interesting sales to happen, and it just wasn't happening. So I did sell 15 items, and so I thought that's enough for a video, regardless of how, no $100 items or anything this week, but got a couple good ones in there, and I didn't want to keep the adoring throngs waiting any longer. I was, starting to get death threats and things. Mostly for my doctor, but sorry. I apologize. Okay, I crack myself up sometimes. All right, let's get into this thing. All right, book, el libro número uno. This was proofs. This one looks like it should have sold for a lot more than it did. I mean, just look at that thing. It just looks valuable, doesn't it? It's proofs. It's advanced mathematics. Someone needs this. But apparently not too badly, because it only went for $7.50 up to New Hampshire. And then this next one, look at this thing. An 8-pound book of art has got to sell for a lot of money. Am I right? In fact, I was wrong. It sold for $15. This is the Gardner's Art Through the Ages, but it is an 8-pound book, and it went to Indiana. They paid shipping, but it was like over $8 in shipping, but the book sold for $15. All right, we are busting through these quick. The next one, Excel 2021 for beginners, $17 to Arizona. A lot of these don't have any value, but since it was 2021 and Excel is still, I use it all the time. So it wasn't like an older system or old, you know what I'm trying to say. It's current, so I thought it was worth a shot. Then I had an order cancel, so I finally figured out what the heck global shipping is. And I know my friend over at the Traveling Picker has asked me about it before, and I thought I understood it, but I was wrong. So actually, I think his name is Drew at Tip of the Mint Flips. He did a thing about global shipping, and so that made me look into it again, because the way he was describing it was not quite the way it was working for me. And I was thinking that not ESPN, the eBay International Standard Delivery was the same thing as global shipping, and it isn't. So I just Google, like, how do you enroll in global ship, and there's a link, and it's real easy. Just enroll, and then automatically all of my listings switch to the global shipping program. And so like almost instantly, like within a few minutes, I had an order from Morocco, and I was like, cool, that worked great. And then a few minutes later, the guy from Morocco messaged me and said it won't let him ship to Morocco. So I had, hadn't really looked into it. So it doesn't work to all countries. So for him, I actually said, well, if you want to, I'll turn on international shipping. Don't know how much that's going to cost. I think there's some tables you can actually look depending on where the country is. And so he didn't end up buying the book after that. But yeah, so hopefully that's going to give me some more sales. So I turn on global shipping for everything. So I recommend you do that as well if you haven't already done it, which you probably have. Next book, A Little Spot of Feelings, The Educator's Guide, $20 up to Vermont. Little Spot of Feelings, lots of social, emotional learning kind of things going on with a lot of schools. So those books sell. This is actually the second one of these I've sold. And then I managed to sell 2 of my SIM cards. I'm all well in the profit on these every time I sell one. They're both $8 free shipping. So I get $3 or $4 every time somebody buys one of these, and I've still got like 40 of them left. So if you need a SIM card, hit me up. This is my best sale of the last week and a half since the last video. This is a Romance of Three Kingdoms by Lo Quan Chung in a little slipcase. Really nice condition, a little damage on one of the volumes. But that sold for $60. Went to Pennsylvania. That was Goodwill bin, so 33 cents for that book into $60. So here's a non-book item. So I was at the bin drop in Lake Jackson last week and picked these up for $7. I was there on Sunday. So I kind of like to do that. I'll pick up like one kind of small item. It's going to be easy to ship, good sell-through rate. Looks like it's going to make me, I want to double or triple my money within a week. And that's this. So these were test strips for maybe checking glucose levels or something. I don't even know what you test. But they sold for $30. Picked them for $7. Sold them for $30 to Florida. And then this next one here, Project 369 guided workbook, $12 to Utah. So you see the pattern here. We got a lot of smaller sales. Pass the mortgage loan originator test, $15 here in Texas. So, someone in Texas got that one for $15. Here's my weekly auction. So this time last week, I picked up this set of DVDs. I was there Sunday at the bin drop. So I paid $7 for this. It's a complete set of I Love Lucy DVDs. Put it up for auction. Pretty busy. I got like 12 bids and it got up to $34 plus shipping. So I sold that in a week. Went from to $34. So I got to find something to put on auction this week. I think I've got something, but we'll see. Another social emotional learning book. So A Little Spot of Life Skills and Actions, $19 to Pennsylvania. The other one went to Vermont. So 2 of those books, I've already sold them before. There's like 3 of those little spot books. So if you see those, they sell pretty quickly. The next one was a collection of writing from the New Yorker called The Matter of Black Lives, and that went for $16.50 to Connecticut. In better condition, there's a lot that have sold in the $25 to $30 range, but mine had a little tear on the corner. It had some dirt on the outside. So I thought $16.50 was fine with me. The next book was also from the bin drop, Prepare to be Tortured, the price you pay for dating a narcissist. And this one went to Washington for $10.50. And that takes us to our very last book. This one sold last night, $14.95 to Florida. It's the Cert Food Diet. I have no idea what the Cert Food Diet is. So cookbooks and diet books will sell, and it seems to me like the more unusual ones. So like this one, I'd never heard of the Cert Food Diet, and that one sold. So, some of the cookbooks, I don't know. Sometimes they sell, sometimes they don't. I haven't really found a pattern other than weird ones. So, but occasionally I'll sell a pretty normal air fryer cookbook, something like that. So that's all I got today. So it was a total of 15 sales, $287.45 for an average total of $19.16. It was good. A good week as far as return on investment and all that kind of stuff. I've started to try to thin out my books. I've got over 600 listed right now. And so what I've decided to do is I went back. I started all this madness about a year ago. And so I looked on, on all my listings, and I had one book that was still listed that I had put up last October of 2020. I thought, if that hasn't sold in a year, I took it down. I checked on those buyback websites to see if anyone wanted it. Nobody does, so it's in my donation box. So in November, at the end of November, I'll do the same thing with all the books that I listed in November of 2020. There may be a few that, are more valuable that I'm just kind of waiting for that right person. But for most of them, I'm going to take them down again and clear up some room. I've got 3 more bookshelves I'm going to be putting over there. That brown case that was there is now in the closet. And then that's going to be my max. I've got 3 bookshelves, but I've got a ton of books on the floor down here. That's going to, I need to list all this madness. And then I'm going to put those on the new bookshelves, and then that'll be it. So then I'll try and, it's a self-imposed limit. And yeah, that's it for today. That's what's going on with me. And hope all's going well with you. Hope you have a good week of sales. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And I will see you later. And yeah, adios.